Well, let's meet our spotlight guest, Laura, who talks about some of the childhood stars that she looked up to.
And how they dealt with their ups and downs.
Let's hear her now.
Every star I looked up to when I was younger changed. Examples: Lindsay Lohan, Amanda Bynes, Demi Lovato, who's now changed and gotten better, so I pride her on that. But Miley Cyrus, I loved Hannah Montana, and now she's a wreck. Demi Lovato, personally, really helped me because when I was in 7th grade, my best friend used to cut herself, and I walked in on it once. I just felt so hopeless, and watching my best friend do what everyone else is doing on TV really hit me. That we look up to these people so much that when they're doing something we think it's okay to do, when it's not. It's not okay to do anything that they're doing harmful to themselves. And watching Demi Lovato fall, crash, cut herself, and she admitted herself to rehab. She knew she had a problem and she fixed it. So she went to rehab for a few years and she came back and totally aware of everything she did and apologizing to the public for ever being like that where kids could see her. And I remember just telling my best friend, look at Demi, look at what she did. She fixed herself. Like, bravo to her.
Let's go back to our spotlight guest, Laura, where she'll share a challenging time when her father was the victim of theft.
Let's hear her story now.
My challenging time in my life was probably when my dad's business got robbed. I was 9 years old at the time, and we just moved to a new house. I know he was working with the FBI to get the man, and it was a 5-year lawsuit. I know my dad totally became a different man, and he was not the man I remember growing up with before anything happened with my dad's business. Me and my dad were best friends. So when this lawsuit happened, I lost my best friend. That shattered my world. The house was filled with so much depression, and it just got so hard that I didn't even want to be at my house anymore. My feelings of betrayal came from him so focused on the lawsuit that he'd miss things that were really important to me. He'd miss my dance recitals. He'd miss my honor society groups, and he wasn't there for the family. My dad physically was there. He was coming home every day. He would sleep at the house. He'd kiss my mom, hello, good night. But emotionally, my house was so different. He was doing everything for the family. But I was so young and I just didn't feel that. I just felt like he left us. It was not easy to avoid either cutting myself or drinking or smoking or doing all those things that happen when people are in difficult situations. In the moment, yeah, it feels good, whatever, but it's ruining you. And I would never want to purposely do something to hurt me. I just know that even though I was so mad at my dad, I did not want to become the person he would not want his daughter to be. And I know that for me personally, I did not want to be that person because that's just not who I grew up thinking was okay to be. I got older, and my dad started coming back into my life after years of me praying. And I felt that God really listened to my prayers. My 14th birthday, my dad wrote me a card. And it said everything I really needed it to say. He said he was sorry for everything that he did. Not just saying he was sorry, but physically giving me that card and just crying with me. That really, really affected my life and the way I connect with God and the way I connected with my family. So God came through. He really saved me. For me, it was a step, and it was knowing that maybe God is my solution. And then I kept going to church, thinking it was okay, it was helping, sure, I was connected. And then recently, I went away on a Catholic retreat conference, and that was probably the most influential and powerful thing I could have ever done with my life. And I remember one night we were doing a 3-hour adoration, and I was kneeling on the bleachers and just praying to God and just adoring him. And I remember it hit me that God is not just a power, that He's my Father, and that He will love me unconditionally no matter what. And I remember I was kneeling there, and my vision went, and I felt myself falling. And as soon as I started to fall, my friend caught me, and I remember I fell. I fell for God, and I fell for everything He believed in, and I am so grateful to have experienced that in my life. My advice for anyone who really looks up to a childhood star that is falling, it's not you that's falling, it's them. And now that someone you admired so much is falling, you don't need to fall too. You can be strong. It's okay to fall. You just gotta know how to help yourself. My faith sets the standards. My faith makes me know what is good, what is bad, and what to do and what not to do. So it's the rule book of my life. All the childhood stars I ever really watched never connected God. And I think that was their biggest problem in becoming better. Through times of difficulty, you just need to persevere and you need to find yourself. And I know that's a really difficult thing to do, but to look towards God and to look for Him, you look for yourself and you look for the person He created you to be. And then that's when you start to build your morals and you start to decide what is right in your life and what you need to get rid of. And it's not always easy. Just don't take the easy way out. It's so much better if you just work towards it, and you appreciate it if you work towards it, and you really appreciate the better friends you have in your life, the better memories and the cleaner, healthy memories you're making. You will appreciate that so much more. You just gotta work to get it.